What's up, guys? Let's talk about the 2022 Shaw Classic. Wow, what a contest. I can't believe that it is over. It seems like there's such a build-up to this, and then it's almost like a bomb goes off for a couple days, and then it's just over. So, for us, for my team, all the work that goes into this is tremendous. And I have to say it was kind of surreal to see it come to life, and honestly, just to see how happy all the competitors were, how happy all the fans were. It made all of the hard work and sacrifice worth it. Now, talking about myself in the contest, as you guys that watched some of the videos coming out around the contest probably saw, I was pretty tired. I was pretty exhausted, and I had a lot going through my head trying to make sure that the event ran correctly and that everything kind of fell into place. That's just a role that I need to take on. So this is a very tough one for me personally because I'm promoting it and then I'm also trying to do everything necessary to compete. When you're only competing, it's much easier to just focus on your performance and what you need to get done for the actual competition. So it's a role that I understand. It's a sacrifice that I am very willing to make this event successful. And it's just something that going into the contest, I knew for me personally that I was going to need to feed off of the crowd and feed off of just the overall energy from the event. And I feel like I was able to do that. I, don't think that I performed maybe the best ever, but at the same time, I felt like I was consistent, and had consistent results in all of the events, which in turn put me in a place to do well in the overall contest. Going through, some of the events, I'm not going to necessarily break everything down. I just wanted to talk about some of the contest highlights that were really, really incredible. Starting off the contest with the Hummer Tire deadlift, the max there. I really, if I'm being honest, didn't see the record from JF Corona at 1,202 pounds being broken this year. With JF obviously being out and then, other guys like Adam Bishop having to pull out of the contest, I wasn't sure what to expect. But out of the gate, Alexei Novikov steps up and is in a little bit of a battle with Gabe Pena and then just annihilates the world record at 1,210 pounds. An incredible lift, an incredible moment. And I feel like that kind of set the tone for this whole competition with that being the first event. Moving on in day one, I felt like Mitchell Hooper on the super yoke at 1,117 pounds. He smoked the course with that. He's been saying that he's good at heavier yokes and he stepped up and proved that. It was really fun to see that, as well as some other guys in that event, really just doing so well with the bigger weight. And, I felt like that was a hotly contested event for sure. A lot of guys falling in line there, and then finishing out day one, the circus dumbbell. Alexei Novikov did amazing with that. Came out and won that event as well. Tremendous performance, tremendous day one. The guy that I'm not mentioning here with day one is Trey Mitchell, and Trey was consistent on all of these events. He didn't necessarily win the deadlift or win the dumbbell event, well, I guess he did win the bag toss. I'm forgetting that, and I was in second place with the bag toss, and I will fully admit that I underestimated Trey. I was really looking at Maxime Boudreau with that event, but Trey was really consistent. Him and Novikov were at the top of the leaderboard going into day two. Day two was the day that I think for me and for a lot of the fans, it was the day that everybody was looking forward to probably the most. And obviously with day two, it's a conclusion of the contest. So I was amped for it, getting up out of bed, my energy levels, I kind of had to give myself a pep talk in the mirror, if I'm being honest, and just say, look, you got to step up, you got to make this happen. And came out of the gate. The log medley this year played out really interesting, and the guys all got to choose which log they wanted to lift. So starting at 380 pounds, the middle one was 410, and then the last one was 440. When I went out personally, I was looking at the other competitors, and that helped to kind of dictate my strategy. So I went to the middle log. First rep at 410 didn't feel as good. My second rep at 410 felt amazing. So looking back, if maybe my first rep would have felt like my second rep. I might have then moved on to the 440 log, but because my first one didn't line up well and I had to fight it a little bit more, I stayed there and decided that getting 2 reps at the 410 would put me into a great position overall at that point in the contest, and it ended up playing out that way. Trey Mitchell, he's the guy on this event that we really need to look at, because he walked up to the last log, the 440, put it overhead for 2 big reps to win the event. And really, I think for him, he set the tone moving forward with day 2 with that performance. I mean, the crowd were amazing. They were on their feet for that lift. It was very much like the deadlift to start day 1. That kind of set the tone, and the energy in the building was incredible for that event. And it just kind of played from there. So moving on into the frame and into the arm over arm, some really great performances there. Maxime Boudreau stepped up, did amazing. It was something where you needed to be quick with that. You needed to be powerful and have a good grip. And he did a great job there, as well as a number of other guys stepped up on that event. Then we went into the car leg press, and the car leg press was probably the most anticipated event. Obviously, I have talked about it a lot, everything that went into it, and seeing it out there on the floor was incredible. I think the backdrop with that on day 2, it was just something that it was a spectacle. It was definitely a spectacle. Now, as far as the event itself, I have talked to the competitors, I've talked to the referees, I've got feedback from different people on that event, and I think there are some adjustments that do need to be made moving forward if we bring that back into competition. But what I will say is, with an event like that, somebody's got to do it, right? Somebody's got to be the first one to step up and do it. Put the time into it, put the money into it, invest in that event, and bring it to life. And that's exactly what we did with this competition. Could it have been better? Yes. Did the guys, at the end of the day, coming out of it, everybody said it was smooth. Everybody said it was a good event. It was just more of, kind of the cadence, some of the refereeing, and a few different factors on that we can easily address to make it better. But as I have said many times, I think that testing leg strength in strongman is important. And it's something that I don't think is necessarily done enough. And with an 8-event contest like the Shaw Classic is, I think that we need to test leg strength. So, I think with some tweaks, again, I'm not going to say that it's coming back 100%, but I'm also not going to say that it's not coming back. It's one of those events that we've got to take an inventory of what happened, how it went down, and look at it from all angles. But I think overall, with any new big event like that, some people are going to absolutely love it, which has been pretty much the overwhelming response that we have got. With wanting maybe a few minor tweaks so the fans understand a little bit better, the athletes understand a little bit better. But like I said, somebody's got to be the first one to do big events like that, and I don't mind taking the criticism, taking the feedback on things like that, and trying to put that foot forward to make the contest better and to make the sport better. So the leg press, I did win that event. It was something where I got in a good rhythm there with the calls, and that's, I feel like, what needed to happen is come down, pause, get the press command, go back up, and just kind of get in that zone. And I was able to do that. Walking out there, I had to beat Mitch Hooper, who'd done 7. So I did 8, and I stopped at 8, which was enough to win the event. And I was really happy with that because it set me up for the Stones in a showdown with Trey Mitchell. We walked into the Stones tied for first place. And I mean, the atmosphere was really, really electric, to be honest. It was just something walking out there, you could just tell. And I walked over to Trey and I said, "Let's go, man, and let's have a good run." And I knew that from last year, what needed to happen is the first 3 needed to be one motion, and then the last 2 needed to be kind of lapped and then popped up, because it's such a heavy set of stones. I mean, the first stone is not a gimme like a lot of other sets of Atlas stones are. So you start at 350 pounds, and then you go up from there in 25-pound increments. So, the last 2, looking back, I think I obviously needed to be quicker out of the lap. Trey did a great job, and you have to hand it to him. you know, I take my hat off to Trey. I mean, he finished a great contest and a great performance, and you know, put the stones up. I think it was about 4 seconds faster than me on that event, which sealed the victory for him in that moment. And I was just so happy, you know, for Trey, and you know, went over and congratulated him, obviously. And you know, Trey is making his mark on the world of strongman, and I'm really happy that, you know, he showed up and performed so well overall at the Shaw Classic. And then, you know, honorable mention to Mitch Hooper, who ended up in third place, you know, stepped up in so many different ways during this contest, put on a great performance overall, and was within striking distance of Trey and I, definitely going into the stones. If one of us would have slipped up or done something wrong, you know, he easily could have jumped up into second or even first if there would have been 2 mistakes. But, you know, Mitchell has done a great job stepping up to the plate, and you know, with a heavy contest like the Shaw Classic, you know, a lot of the guys are saying it's the heaviest contest now. Mitchell proved to everybody that he can step up in those moments and lift those weights and do a great job. And then, you know, of course, Alexei Novikov. I mean, how can you forget him with the world record deadlift in this contest on the Hummer Tire bar, and his overall performance? I mean, a couple events where he fell down on you know, the second day, but still a warrior. I mean, he's just a competitor. And you know, I love having Alexei around it, and you know, his energy. You know, with this type of contest, you always know that he's going to give his all and bring everything to the table. So he ended up in 4th place. So that was your top 4. So with that being said, what I want to do now is kind of give you a breakdown, obviously talk about the prize money, and you know, a big part of this contest is the sponsors. So I really want to quickly go through and thank the sponsors. Rogue Fitness, been on board with the Shaw Classic since the first year. Celsius came in this year. Really want to thank Celsius for stepping up and helping us in a big way. Trifecta, been on board since year number 1, provides so much food for all these guys. With the amount of food these guys eat, the amount of boxes of Trifecta is really astounding. But they are so helpful for us and for the Shaw Classic. 4.0 Solutions came in and sponsored the deadlift this year. Kind of Fit, Kind of Fat sponsored the dumbbell event. Alberson Cement Consulting sponsored the Super Yoke event. Shield 616 sponsored the Frame into Arm Over Arm medley event. And then, of course, Evolution Athletics and Undefined Nutrition, which are our companies, are really kind of the backbone of this entire competition. And, you know, as I've said many times, your support of Evolution Athletics and Undefined Nutrition allows us to have the platform to even start doing things like this. So that is very much appreciated with your support of our companies. And then just kind of a side note, I also want to thank Air Force for coming in and donating some money into the contest, and as well as the Weisberg Group as well. And they have been on board with the Shaw Classic for a couple of years now, and definitely appreciate them and what they do for the contest. So let's break down the Open. So we had a men's Open, we had a women's Open this year, and that was a big step forward for the Shaw Classic. And what you will notice is with the prize money breakdown, the Open competitors were paid less. And if I'm being completely transparent, we did lose money on the Open, but it was something that we wanted to try to do to give back to the sport and to help the sport grow. And a lot of these Open competitors were so thankful, which made me feel good, made Carrie feel good, made our team feel good. So let's go through women's Open first. We had Corey Butler in 3rd place, and she got $1,000. Olga, and I'm going to butcher her last name, Lagashik, and she got $2,000. And then Victoria Long, $4,000, or I'm sorry, $3,000 for winning the contest. Men's Open, Wesley Derwinski came in 3rd, and he got $1,000. Joey Lavelle, 2nd, $2,000. And then Thomas Edmonds won the Open men's class, got $3,000 for winning that, and a direct invite to the Shaw Classic in 2023. So really happy for Thomas. Now, with that being said, what I decided to do with my prize money, since I don't take any prize money from this event, my prize money would have been $25,000 for second place in the Shaw Classic, and I gave that all back. But with 6,000 of that, I decided to give that to the open competitors. So basically, every one of those competitors got an additional $1,000 taken out of my prize money. So 6,000 back to the open class. So the winner of men's and women got 4,000. Second place got 3,000, third place got 2,000. So that was something that I just wanted to do to give back to those competitors. Now, let's break down the Pro Shaw Classic from top to bottom. So what I'm going to do now is I've broken these numbers up with my prize money given back to these competitors already. So I've added it in. Basically what happened was, from 15th place up to 4th place, there has been $1,000 added to every one of those competitors. And then for Trey, who finished in first, and for Mitchell, who finished in third, I've added additional money to their money. So basically, each one of those guys got $3,500 to reward them. And again, that's coming from my money, if that makes sense. I know I'm going through a lot of numbers, but going up from 15th place. So Luke Soltman, 15th place, $2,000. 14th, Jerry Pritchett, $2,500. 13th, Gabriel Rium, $3,000. 12th, Gabe Pena, $3,500. 11th, Bobby Thompson, $4,000. 10th, Zadruna Savickas, $5,500. 9th, Konstantin Janasha, $7,000. 8th, Evan Singleton, $8,500. 7th, Avar Smockstellis, $10,000. 6th place, Kevin Fairs, he got $11,500. 5th place, Maxime Boudreau, he got $13,000. 4th, Alexei Novikov, $16,000. 3rd place, Mitchell Hooper, walked away with $23,500. Again, I was in second, and my what would have been $25,000 was given back to all the competitors. And in first place, Trey Mitchell, and he got $38,500. So if you're doing the math or want the math, total prize money for the pro class was $154,500. Open class was $12,000. So a combined total prize money given away at the Shaw Classic of $166,500. So very, very proud of that overall. And, you know, this is our 3rd year of this competition, and to be able to have the support that we have had and start, you know, a couple years ago, literally in my home gym spaces, and grow the Shaw Classic like we have, and be able to give away that amount of prize money in our 3rd year makes me incredibly proud. It makes me incredibly happy. And, you know, it's just something that it really and truly fills my heart to be able to do this and to be able to give back to the sport, to be able to make it grow. And again, you know, walking away from the contest, the feedback we have got has been incredible. I promise you guys, next year, you are not going to want to miss this contest. Already things are in the works. Already plans are being made. You know, we're taking the feedback, we're trying to improve, we're taking the steps that are necessary to grow. And I really and truly believe that the sky is the limit for this contest and what we are going to be able to do. But I've always been a dreamer. I like to set big goals, and I like to work hard to achieve those goals. And that's exactly what we've been doing and will continue to do with the Shaw Classic. I can't thank all of the fans enough. I can't thank all of the athletes enough, because without the athletes and their hard work and dedication, there is no competition. Again, and I've said this multiple times, I could be the best promoter in the world, have the best equipment in the world, the best venue in the world, but without the athletes, there is no competition, and that's the bottom line. So I will always think that way. I will always make this a contest by the athletes and for the athletes, and I can't tell you guys enough how much I appreciate you, how much I appreciate your support, and we're doing amazing things together in this sport and honestly in the world in general. So I think we're going to leave it there. We're going to sign off. I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. I hope you all are doing amazing. For now, go out and be great, and we'll check you guys later.